Good.
So, did you enlist or were you drafted into?
No, I enlisted.
And then when did you enlist?
In 1960,
1960,
September.
September. Where did you serve during the war?
Now what war are you talking about? Vietnam War?
Wait, sorry, I asked the wrong question. What war did you serve in?
The Vietnam. Put you down for just a second.
Okay.
Hey, honey, in 10 minutes, can you take this stuff out of the oven? I'm on the phone with Zoe. Grandma said hello.
Hello.
Love ya. How many minutes? This is 9 minutes. Okay, now I can sit and pay attention to you.
Okay.
I served in the Vietnam War, but I went in the Navy before the war.
What branch of the Navy?
Navy intelligence for most of my career. I spent 30 years in it. Yeah, it was 30 years day for day.
Where did you serve during the Vietnam War?
In the Navy.
In the Navy?
Yes.
In what position?
With naval intelligence when I was in Vietnam. And I worked out at the Name, South Vietnam. And I investigated all rapes, murders, and suicides. That was my job. Get all that?
Yes. What are some things you remember most about your deployment?
Well, I worked. I was on the inaugural committee for President Carter. Now, these are some of my highlights. Okay. I was on the. That was for President Carter, and was on the murder or the for President Kennedy when he was shot and killed. I was on his burial detail, I guess that's what it's called.
So you were like there when Kennedy was shot?
No, I was on his burial detail.
Oh, his burial detail?
Yeah, it was my first spot was on the hill going down from the Capitol when his see, I have a hard time. When his hearse was taken down the hill from the Capitol. And then they moved us over to where I was standing, was on the Memorial Bridge on his way to where they buried him up on the hill.
That's really cool.
Yeah. He was a very nice man.
Do you have any other things that you remember most about your deployment?
Yeah, I worked at Area 51. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. I was in Diego Garcia, which is out in the middle of the Indian Ocean. Between, I guess it's between Australia and in there somewhere. I worked for intelligence down there. I did most of my career as intelligence.
That's really cool.
And the thing I remember about Vietnam, I had to carry a gun. Well, I'm not a big fan of guns. Never have been. But I had to carry a gun when I was in Vietnam, so I picked out a snub-nosed .38 revolver. I don't know if you're familiar with guns, but with that, if you stood in front of a garage door and shot your gun at it, you'd miss it.
Wow.
But most of the time, I wore civilian clothes. I didn't wear a military uniform.
That's interesting.
And I spent 3 years in Hawaii.
What did you do there?
Huh?
What did you do there?
Intelligence.
That's
I had a
interesting.
good time. I wasn't threatened or, I served aboard a couple ships.
Okay,
It
so
was the USS Iwo Jima. And the biggest one is where I retired from, and that was the Abraham Lincoln. So you ask me the questions.
all right. What were some of the difficult times, and how did you deal with it?
Say again?
What were some of the difficult times, and how did you deal with it?
Being away from my family, my wife and kids. And I put up with it. It was hard.
I can imagine. My cousin is actually in the Marine Corps. No, she's in the National Guard, and then her fiance is in the Army, I think.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah. They joined right out of high school.
yeah. Well, all my brothers served in the military. I think, yeah, all of them did.
Wow.
And there was, let's see, there was 3 girls and 7 boys. And we all, like I said, we all served in the military. I had a sister that was in the Navy. She's my sister Mary, who lives out in Arizona.
That's really cool. It's a really cool background to have, too. It's
Yeah.
very historic. So, what are some things that you miss about being in the service?
Not a whole lot. Like I said, I love the Navy. I enjoyed being in it. As soon as the beeper beeped, or as soon as the supper's ready, I didn't set the table. Here's Grandma. Say hello.
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 Sweetheart, how are you?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Hey, I like all the pictures and stuff you sent.
Thank you.
So now you know what Aunt Pat looks, or your Jacob's grandma looks like.
Yeah.
That's your girl.
Well, she's still shaking.
All right. What are some things you are glad you left behind?
Just say that again.
What are some things you're glad that you left behind in the military?
Friends. That's one of the worst things you can leave behind. And over the years, most of them have passed on.
Mhm.
Okay, it just buzzed. Oh, I didn't know, honey.
All right. Last question. How do you think your time in the military affected you?
How do you think it affected me?
How did it affect you?
All the years in the military.
You became very private.
Yeah,
You wasn't as friendly.
yeah, I was, a lot of the stuff I had, I was, sworn to secrecy for 10, 15 years, and, I'm just now getting so that I can talk about things,
Mhm.
but, I had a good time in the Navy. Bad things about it was, people got breaks when I joined the Navy, and I didn't smoke or drink coffee. So I was expected to work through it all. I didn't get the breaks. So I learned how to smoke a cigarette, and I learned how to drink coffee. Those are the funny things about it. But I enjoyed it. I got to see a lot of things.
You got to see the world.
Yeah, I've just been about, let's see, I've been over to, countries I've been to, France, England, Italy, Turkey, Egypt. I got to see the pyramids. Got to see, well, I can tell you one thing, but I don't think you can put it on your paper. The most important thing I remember is Area 51. Yep, but there really was a spaceship inside.
Wow.
Yep, one that we found in the desert. So when people say they see things, probably the truth.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. But like I say, I spent 30 years, day for day in the Navy.
Wow, that is really, not many people do that these days.
Every day.
Yeah. So anyway, that's about it. Like I say, I got out as a senior chief in the Navy. I've got to see a lot of country.
That's awesome.
I'll be glad to see you.
Yeah, we're planning a trip up there soon,
I know.
hopefully.
I'm looking forward to it. I used to look forward to seeing Santa Claus. Now I'm